So just a reminder for our class today, if we come into any kind of pose that doesn't feel right for you in your body today, please come out of it, come into any kind of resting pose that feels right for you, and then just join us again whenever you're ready. So to begin, let's check in and see what's going on with the body, mind, and heart. So noticing the touch points of your body on the earth. And noticing your breath. With your breath, are you able to take deep inhales in through your nose, into your diaphragm, and long, slow exhales out? And as you exhale, see if you can let go of any tension that you feel in your body. Let go of any thoughts going on in your mind that you don't need. Perhaps noticing those touch points of your body on the earth starting to spread a little bit as you soften and release. Our class today is based on Stira and Sukha, which is effort and ease. One of the most central books of our yoga thought is the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali, written somewhere around 2,000 years ago. In this book, one of the first that's compiled yoga philosophy in one place, the yoga poses are mentioned only once. Patanjali tells us nothing more than this: yoga poses should be steady and comfortable. Stira Sukham Asanam. That's it. Stability and freedom are the requirements for a good practice. You must feel strong enough to move in ways that help you, but you must feel fluid and free enough that you aren't building or holding unnecessary tension. This balance between effort and ease is at the heart of every yoga practice, both on and off the mat. So during our class today, I invite you to find both effort and ease throughout our poses, but also checking in with your mind as we go along and see if maybe there's something that is pulling you away from the practice. Come back to that, finding that balance. So finding some small movements here in your fingers and toes. Perhaps rolling around wrists and ankles. And maybe taking a big stretch if that feels good for you. Be mindful of anything that's around you. All right, and let's hug both knees in towards the chest, rocking around from side to side, or perhaps making circles here with your knees. So today's class is a bit of a core flow class, so this will give you lots of opportunity to practice that effort and ease to find balance. All right, so from here, let's place both feet on the earth. Knees are bent, feet are about hip distance apart. And we'll come into a bit of a moving bridge to help warm up the spine. So whenever you're ready, pushing your feet into the earth, lift your hips, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your glutes, and then gently lowering down towards the earth. And just moving here at your own pace, push into your feet, lift your hips. Maybe inhale to lift and exhale to lower, or whatever feels best for you today. And if you wish, maybe bringing your arms into this movement as well. So when your hips come up, arms reach up and back behind you. And then when your hips come down, arms come back down by your sides. So let's find one more here. And once that's complete for you, feet come mat distance apart and windshield wipering your knees from side to side. So when we do our core work here, if you find that you get some discomfort in your low back, I encourage you to come back to this wide-kneed windshield wiper movement, whether we're seated or lying down. Coming to this before maybe coming in to hug your knees. This will help kind of release the tension in your low back rather than overstretching the low back. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring our feet back together, and then we're going to bring both feet up towards the sky. If you need to, you can always slide your hands underneath your hips. And from here, we're going to do some leg raises. So on your exhale, slowly allowing your right leg, we'll start that side, to come down and just hover on the earth an inch or two. And then on your inhale, slowly bringing that right leg back up, and then switching to the other side on your exhale. So take your time here. And if it feels like this is pretty simple for you, maybe you do both legs at the same time. Allow them to come to the earth, just hovering, and then slowly bring them back up. So the slower you go, the more challenging it is. So first one here, can you find a balance between effort and ease? Where can you soften in this movement? Perhaps you soften in your shoulders, in your face, in your jaw. All right, so let's find one more here. And again, once that is complete for you, allowing your feet to come about mat distance apart, knees are bent, windshield wipering the knees from side to side. Okay, so next one here. We're going to bring our arms out to the side, palms face down to help anchor us to the earth. And then shins are going to come parallel to the ceiling. Knees are bent. Okay, and on your exhale, allowing your knees to drop over towards the right side, not touching the floor, just allow them to hover. And then on your inhale, knees come back to center. And exhale, knees drop over towards the left. Try and keep both shoulders flat on the earth. Inhale to center. So if this feels simple for you, there's a couple different ways you can make this a little bit more difficult. You can check your knees, send them so that they're not over your hips but past your hips. That makes it a little bit more difficult. Or maybe you do this with long legs rather than bent knees. Again, taking your time and seeing where you can soften. All right, let's go one more time in each direction. And again, once that's complete for you, finding those windshield wiper movements in your knees. Okay, we'll come into a wind relief pose, and then you have an option here to make it a little bit more challenging for your core if you want. So let's start by hugging the right knee in towards the chest, activating the right foot, so slightly curling back your toes. And then if it's comfortable, left leg comes long on the earth. Okay, so to make it a little bit more challenging, perhaps you lift the left foot up off the earth an inch or two. Draw the navel in. Perhaps you lift your shoulders up off the earth. Continue looking up at the ceiling. Maybe you imagine there's a grapefruit underneath your chin. Trying not to crunch your chin in towards your chest. All right, 2 more rounds of breath. And then switching to the other side. If you want to make it challenging, keeping everything hovering. Look up at the ceiling. If this is uncomfortable for your head, drop your head to the earth, drop your shoulders. Ready? Switching over to the first side. Once again, hug the right knee in. Maybe you send it a little bit more towards the right armpit this time. And last time, switching over to the other side. Releasing both sides. Again, windshield wiper the knees. All right, from here, let's now hug both knees in towards the chest. And if you don't have any neck issues, perhaps you pick your head up, tuck your chin in. And then gently releasing down towards the earth. Let's roll over to one side, any side that's calling for you, and then gently making your way up to seated. So any comfortable seated position here for you. And we're just going to find a little bit of movement here in the upper body. So arms come out to the side, palms face up towards the sky. On your inhale, reaching your arms up, shoulders stay back and down. And exhale, turning to one side, arms come down by your sides. Inhale to lengthen and come back to center. And exhale, coming over to the other side. And just moving back and forth with your own breath. So let's go one more time in each direction. And then once that's complete for you, arms come down by your sides. Okay, let's make our way into tabletop pose. Wrists come underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And from our tabletop, we'll curl our toes under, come right into downward dog. Shoulders roll back and down your spine, as much of a bend in your knees as you need. And perhaps you walk out your dog, bending one knee as you straighten the other. Release any tension that you feel in your neck. Again, checking in, find effort and ease in this pose. Where is the effort coming from? Perhaps it's activating your hands, feeling strength in your arms. And the ease could be in the backs of the legs, in the neck. All right, and then whenever you're ready, walking your feet up toward your hands, forward fold. Softening your heart down, as much of a bend in your knees as you need, so there's no discomfort in your low back or the backs of your thighs. On your next inhale, hands come to shins or thighs. Nice flat back, halfway lift. So we're going to keep a nice engaged halfway lift here. So draw the belly button in, shoulders roll back and down the spine, crown of your head reaches towards the front of your mat. Finding equal weight in the four corners of your feet. All right, and then exhale, forward fold. Let's take a big step back here with the right foot. Right knee comes down to the earth. Squeeze your inner thighs together as you rise. Shoulders roll back and down your spine. And we'll find a twist here. Hands come to heart center. Right elbow comes to the outside of the left thigh. Push into the thigh to help you turn. Find your balance. On your next inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, hands come to the earth. Let's come into tabletop and then into downward dog. Shifting your weight forward into a plank pose. Maybe you shift a little bit more and then lower your knees, tuck your elbows, come down to the earth. Don't drop your elbows, that would be bad. Shoulders roll back and down your spine. Lift your heart, baby cobra. Tops of your feet push into the earth. And then either reverse push-up or tabletop. Downward dog. Okay, right foot reaches up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Shifting your weight forward, send your right foot forward, drop the back knee to the earth. Squeeze your inner thighs to rise. Shoulders roll back and down your spine. And we'll find our twist on this side. Hands come to heart center, left elbow to the outside of the right thigh to help you turn. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Come into tabletop and into downward dog. Okay, so right foot reaches up towards the sky, three-legged dog. We're going to shift our weight forward into a plank pose. Knee comes to nose and hold. Back into your three-legged dog. Let's do that 2 more times. Shift your weight forward, knee towards nose and hold. Into your three-legged dog. Knee to nose. Can you find that balance between effort and ease, even in this pose? Three-legged dog. This time, shift your weight forward, send your right foot through. Squeeze your inner thighs and rise. Shoulders roll back and down your spine. And send your tailbone down towards the earth. So it's almost as if it's a slight tuck of your tailbone here. And then we'll find a little bit of a back bend. So imagine a string pulling your heart up towards the sky. So we're opening from the upper body. Still send the tailbone down. Find 2 more rounds of breath. And then allowing your left hand to come down to the earth underneath your left shoulder. Right hand reaches up towards the sky. Hand down twist. Right hand comes down to the inside of the right foot. We're going to walk the foot over towards the right side. All right, so we're going to come into a side plank from here. So maybe your side plank is left knee to the earth, and then you walk your right foot over towards the side, or maybe along the back here. Or perhaps you stay up on your back knee and walk the right foot over towards the side, coming to the pinky toe edge of that left foot, right arm reaches high. One more round of breath. Right hand comes to the earth. Let's come into downward dog. All right, from here, left foot reaches up towards the sky. Shift your weight forward, knee to nose, and hold. Back into your three-legged dog. Shifting forward, knee to nose, hold. Back into three-legged dog. Last one, knee to nose and hold. Come back into downward dog. We'll take a little break here. Shoulders feel like they're on fire. Knees to the earth and tabletop. Come back to child's pose. Shoulders roll back and down your spine. And find your breath. So in this moment of pause, can you find complete ease? Maybe there's a part of you that still feels engaged or on, ready to move again. Or maybe your body is at ease, but your mind is stable, strong, and aware. See if you can find the balance. One more round of breath here. And then coming back into your tabletop pose. Shoulders roll back and down your spine. Come back into downward dog. Okay, three-legged dog. Left foot reaches up towards the sky. Shifting your weight forward, step the left foot through. Knee can come down or stay up. Squeeze your inner thighs as you rise. So sending the tailbone down towards the earth. Shoulders roll back and down the spine. Check your front knee to make sure it's over your ankle, in line with your second or third toe. And if you wish, finding that slight back bend, opening up the heart towards the sky. So where can you find effort? Squeeze the inner thighs, feel the strength in your legs, and ease in the upper body, softening the shoulders and the face. One more round of breath. Then coming back to center. Right hand comes to the earth, left hand comes up towards the sky, hand down twist. Roll the left hip back, right hip forward. So left hand comes to the inside of that left foot, and then find your variation here of a side plank. Again, lots of options. Where are you working today? Taking deep inhales and long, slow exhales. All right, left hand comes to the earth. Let's all come into tabletop and once again, child's pose. Coming back into tabletop, and then shift your weight forward slightly. Tuck the elbows in, come down to the earth. So find your back bend of choice here. Maybe it's full cobra, sphinx pose, baby cobra. Shoulders roll away from your ears and tucking the elbows in by your sides. One more round of breath. And then reverse push-up or tabletop, downward dog. Allowing your feet to come up towards your hands into a forward fold. So maybe arms dangle, maybe your upper body sways, or if you wish, if you don't have any shoulder issues, clasping your hands behind your low back, shoulders roll back and down your spine, extending your arms up towards the sky. So no discomfort in the low back here, bend your knees as much as you need. And softening your neck, allow your head to dangle. If your hands are up towards the sky, releasing them down towards the earth. We'll find that active halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs, shoulders roll back and down. Crown of the head reaches towards the front of the room. Find equal weight in the four corners of your feet. Draw the belly button in. And exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, arms come out to the side. Reverse swan dive up. Arms reach nice and high, extended mountain. And exhale, hands come to heart center, mountain pose. All right. Bringing your hands down by your sides. Squeezing your inner thighs towards center. Shoulders roll back and down your spine. Again, finding those four corners of your feet, big toe mound, baby toe mound, inner heel, outer heel. Crown of your head reaches high. Mountain pose. Can you find a balance here between effort and ease? Where can you soften in this pose? And where do you feel strength? Okay, we're going to find hand to big toe or variation of that pose depending on what's going on in your body. So shifting your weight over towards the left foot. And move back just in case. Okay, and then we'll pick up the right foot, bending the right knee. So you have options here depending on what's going on with you today. Perhaps you hug the knee in towards your chest. Or if it's in your body, peace fingers come to the big toe and extending the right leg long. Left arm comes out to the side to help you balance. One more round of breath. Okay, and then we're going to release the knee, but try not to let the foot touch the earth. And then come back into warrior three, extending the right leg long behind you. Arms come out to the sides, pointing the toes of your right foot down towards the earth. Find length in your spine. Inhale, come back to hugging that right knee in if you can. And then exhale to lower, mountain pose. And we'll find that on the other side, shifting your weight into your right foot. Picking up the left foot with a bent knee. Again, perhaps you hug the knee in, or maybe peace fingers of the left hand comes to the big toe. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you extend the leg long. Right arm comes out to help you balance. Okay, so lots of effort here. Where can you find ease? Maybe it's in your breath, in your mind, in your jaw. All right, release that foot if it's out in front. We're going to send the left foot back behind us, warrior three. Toes point down to the earth. Woo, find your balance. Lengthen your spine. Crown of the head reaches long in front. One more round of breath. And then on your next inhale, come in, hug the left knee in one last time. And then find your mountain pose. Maybe you shake out your feet, your legs. All right, finding mountain once again at the top of your mat. Okay. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky, extended mountain. Exhale, swan diving down, forward fold. Let's take a big step back here with the right foot, coming into warrior two. So right foot's parallel to the back of the mat, front heel intersects with the middle of the back foot. Squaring your hips towards the side of the mat. And check your front knee, make sure it's over your ankle in line with your second or third toe. Okay, so let's turn the palms up. Notice what happens to the shoulders. Okay, and then just keeping the shoulders there, turning the palms down. Okay, let's straighten the front leg. Reach with the left arm and then come into triangle. Hand comes to shin, thigh, a block or the earth. Right hand reaches high. Where does it feel comfortable for you to look? Maybe it's more comfortable to look down or up towards the right hand. And imagine there's a wall right behind your shoulders and your hips and your head, placing those areas right up against the wall. One more round of breath. Okay, then bending into the front knee, come back into your warrior two. And then we'll turn the feet so that they are parallel to the sides of the mat. Allowing your hands to come to your waist, inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, we're only going to fold forward halfway. So keep the belly button drawn in. Bringing your arms out to the side in a T shape. Crown of your head reaches forward. Find equal balance in all four corners of your feet. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring a little variation in our arms. So allowing your arms to reach forward, arms come by your ears, shoulders plug into your back. And then bring your arms back into that T shape. I'm going to do that a few more times, reaching the arms forward, palms face each other. Arms come back to T shape, palms face down. Let's do two more. Reach forward, draw the belly button in, keep a nice firm belly here. Arms to T. Last one, reach forward. Arms to T shape. Hands come to your hips and then folding forward as far as you feel comfortable. Hands come to thighs, shins, a block or the earth. And then softening the upper body. Two more rounds of breath. And then allowing your hands to come to your hips, lengthen your spine, come all the way up. All right, we're just going to turn so that we're facing backwards on our mat. So warrior two on the other side, right foot faces towards the short edge of the mat. Arms come out to the sides. Again, turn the palms up, allow the shoulders to drop. And then turning the palms down. One more round of breath. Okay, and then we're going to straighten that front leg, just a micro bend in the knee. Reach with the right hand and coming into triangle here. Again, the wall's behind you. Where can you look that you can find softness in your neck? One more round of breath. And then bending into the front knee, windmilling your arms back, warrior two. We're going to turn our toes so that they're pointing towards the corners of the mat. Okay, and then we're going to sit down into a goddess pose. So knees come over the ankles, in line with the second or third toe if you can get them. Send the tailbone down towards the earth. Arms come to cactus arms. Find your breath. Where do you feel strength and where can you soften? Maybe you sink a little bit further down. Find one more round of breath. And then push your feet into the earth. Lift, straighten your arms, straighten your legs. We're going to turn towards the front of the mat once again, so right foot comes parallel to the back of the mat. Warrior two. And then hands come down to frame your front foot. Step back into your plank pose. Shift your weight forward, drop the knees, tuck the elbows, chest and chin follow, and find your back bend of choice. Soften the shoulders. All right, and then let's come into tabletop here, into child's pose. Taking deep inhales. Long, slow exhales. So life is one big yoga pose. Move through it with sthira and sukha, equal parts steadiness and freedom. All right, let's come into tabletop pose. And we'll find a little bit of a twist here from tabletop. So let's bring the right arm out towards the side, scooping the right arm under, shoulder and head come down to the earth. So notice what's going on with your right shoulder. If it's up by your ears, send it down toward your knees. And then find any variation of this pose that feels right for you. Perhaps the left hand walks towards the front of the mat. Maybe the left foot comes out to the side. And then soften. Find your breath, taking deep inhales and long, slow exhales. One more round of breath here. And then bringing the left hand under your shoulder, knee comes to the earth. If need be, push into the left arm to unwind. We'll come over to the other side. Left arm comes out to the side. Scooping the left arm under, shoulder and head come to the earth. Send the shoulder down towards the knees and find the variation that feels good for you on this side. Maybe it's different from the other side. That's totally okay. Honor your body. Honor where it is right now. Finding one more round of breath. Right hand comes underneath your right shoulder. Knee comes to the earth. Push into the right hand to unravel. All right, and then let's make our way down onto the earth. So Shavasana, any variation, maybe you're on your back, on your side body, maybe you're on your front body. Whatever will help you soften, relax, and let go. So this is your time to release all effort and find ease. Allowing your body to fully relax. Allow the earth to support you and hold you. So stira, steady and alert. The pose is strong and active, and sukha is comfortable and light, where the pose is joyful, soft, and open. Finding sukha, comfort and lightness here in this pose. As we look at our lives, maybe we can see how we can have effort and ease day to day. For some, it's important to have some kind of routine. Maybe we wake up around the same time every day. Maybe we go to bed at the same time every night. But it's also important to have lots of fluidity and space in the day for other things to start to unfold. Where do you need structure in your life? And where can you soften and allow the space for peace and tranquility and fluidity? And if your mind has started to wander, be kind and compassionate with yourself and just come back to your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. Noticing the quality of your breath. Is it shallow or deep? Quick or slow? And find softening here. With every exhale, softening a little more. And noticing your body start to spread out on the earth. And gently bringing your awareness back into the room. Perhaps making some small movements in your body. And whenever you're ready, rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. And gently making your way up to seated. And once you get there, lowering or closing your eyes. Taking deep inhales and long, slow exhales. On your inhales, inhaling self-compassion, remembering the two most important things you did during our time here together were show up and breathe. Everything else was practice and exploration. The light in me sees and honors the light in both of you. That light is a place of peace, love, kindness, and compassion. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, there is no difference and no distance between us. Together we are the same. We are one. Thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful time off.